How expensive is the cost of school education for a poor country, but also how nonsense the school system is to eliminate the poverty gap. From the lessons of history that are now harder to remember, buildings can be built, businesses thrive, cities look beautiful, but the poor are even more miserable. Many answers become singular and absolute when many questions cannot be silent, and cruelty continues to occur. People can only mean after death. That's a sign that life is so bad today. Capital is always expansionist, it will need a wider area that has not been explored by the capital mechanism until it is completely swallowed up and a crisis will occur. Of course, democracy, like theater, is not really a process of finding the truth, but rather of confronting error and overcoming it, sometimes sadly, sometimes with laughter. What matters is conversation with freedom. Also, the freedom to find out for yourself what is right and what is just. A sentence will find its meaning in a wish. But perhaps, history does consist of discoveries that are half right or half wrong until progress occurs. There are smart people, always able to complete work, and if necessary, he is willing to risk his life. But does he have a conscience? Apparently, that's another matter. The world is a background, and from it normal norms are formed, which limit the range of choices that can be made. When big actions are almost non-existent, small actions never hurt to be rewarded. We know that in life, no matter how short, there is always something to let go. Those who are accustomed to power and rules are generally difficult to understand poetry. It is possible that God inserts hope not in fate and the future, but in the present moments in life. Honesty can turn out to be an important need, not to be applauded, but to save lives. We don't know exactly how words will be priced, and whether a hint will arrive. When language moves towards a more communicative rather than expressive nature, the innermost experiences cannot be articulated. Allowing corruption today will destroy the foundation of justice to generations to come. This planet is just a dot that is quickly disappearing. But at the same time, in that state of being practically neglected, disappearance and nothingness is nothing out of the ordinary. Verily, man is a polluted river, and a man must be a stretch of the sea to receive a polluted river, without himself becoming unclean. People are not always kind, right, brave. But I admire good, righteous, courageous actions, even for a moment. Voices, not even vehement protest treatises, like literature, are never strong enough and unified enough to change the world. Language comes, and then destruction. Now people can easily write or read aggressive words, cursing, and brutal hate sentences on the internet, especially on Twitter. Maybe it's all just an immature expression and the valor of young people. We live in an age of sequences. Incidents, spontaneity, coincidences are all considered nonsense. There's always a trick, he says, because we can't imagine the unexpected. In other words, we have no idea of something completely independent of a series, something completely different. Thank you, you have clicked subscribe and bell.